Giants legend Harry Carson did not hold back his thoughts on how he felt about the Brian Flores lawsuit and the NFL's lack of minority head coaches in a recent interview with the Post. The man who wrote the article joins us now, New York Post columnist Steve Serby. Steve, in your article, it seems as though Mr. Carson is saying what many have said for decades. The NFL can be as progressive as it wants in terms of change, but it's up to the owners to create real change.
Yeah, and as we know, there are 30 white owners, 2 owners, one in Jacksonville, one in Buffalo, who are non-white. So you cannot force an owner to sell the team. So the key will be hiring. The people that do the hiring and the interviewing are all white, almost all white. There are now 5 black GMs, which is progress. But until there are more black GMs that do the hiring and the interviewing, then things will not change. Now, as for the Maras and the Tisches, Harry was not saying that they are racist by any means. He's just frustrated when he sees the Jets hire 2 black head coaches, Todd Bowles and Herm Edwards, and he doesn't see the Giants hiring a black head coach. And that was the reason he joined the Fritz Pollard Alliance as executive director in 2005. He wanted to affect change. And now he is a consultant. He felt like he was banging his head against the wall, did not have enough progress in his mind, and he was right. And now he is happy. He supports Brian Flores, who is taking a bullet for everyone at the expense of his own career.
Do you think there's a middle ground for the road to progress?
Well, the middle ground is hiring, is more coordinators and GMs who are African American, because owners, for the most part, will opt for familiarity. And a white owner has been very reluctant to have the face of the franchise be a black face. If the hiring people are black, if the coordinators are black, then there will be a chance for a better outcome for people like Brian Flores.
Yeah, and that was rolled out in Mr. Flores' lawsuit as well in the 58 pages. He did come up or propose a plan on how how it could be better. So regardless of and speaking of the lawsuit, regardless if Coach Flores wins or loses the lawsuit, do you think this lawsuit could really bring true change?
Well, I think it certainly has the NFL's attention. Roger Goodell will be answering questions about it next week at the Super Bowl. It puts a cloud over the Super Bowl in a way. And things like this, you never can predict how it's going to go, because, as I said, you can't force a white owner or any owner to sell his or her team. So, again, the hope is that it will shine a light on the problem, which it already has, and the NFL will decide that it's great that they support the Black Lives Matter movement, but it's time for the NFL to support Black Head Coaches Matter movement.
Awareness leads to action. Thank you, Steve, for joining us.